So, Greenland is pretty much the biggest island on the planet, and as see how big it is a bit distorted by this map, but still it's a huge island. And with all this, you're gonna find here pretty much 50,000 people living. So that would be pretty much my neighborhood on the biggest island on the planet. So you can have an idea how big it is and how few people actually live here. Now, if you go with street view, you can see you're not gonna find that many 360 or even street view levels, but those we're gonna find that I'm gonna check it to see how exactly it is looking there. Now, this one I don't think it's exactly there because there is no way this construction is gonna be there, and judging by this image, it's a fake, let's call it like that. But let's check the other one, and let's go here from the south as much as we can. You can see pretty much all of them is gonna be on the ship if you are on the water, or you're gonna have those small I don't know, villages. I cannot call it even a town, but yeah, it's hard to believe even here in like I say, one of those huge islands in the pretty much in the Arctic Circle, there are still people living. But as you can see here, it doesn't look that bad actually. But again, can you imagine living here in such a cold temperature? And like I said, with just only 50,000 people around around 50,000 people, 50, 55, but still very few of them. And let's be honest with you, it's kind of show. I mean, it's not that really, how we call it, extremely high tech. I like this stadium here. It looks like if you kick the ball too hard, you're gonna have to swim to get it back, as you can see here. And even this image from the drone from up, you can see that's pretty much the town. That's all you can find here. Probably they living between for fishing and some oil or gas. Probably, I don't know exactly. I didn't check it, but you can see here. I think this was the 2014, so almost 12 years old. I would say 11, 12 years old, and they didn't have the field ready. But there are a few kids here. We're gonna check Greenland probably as a population, as I do the other my video, maybe this week. But until then, you're gonna see how exactly those people live with this map. I mean, the landscape is nice, but again, it's hard to believe you can actually live here. You have to be a truly loner to just thinking going here. I don't know exactly how rich they are, but even if you are that rich, I don't know how much you can afford actually here, because you don't have that many let's say bros to just buy sports cars or making huge houses. But again, look at this is how they live here. Like I said, the landscape is pretty nice, but it looks like more, for me it looks like more like Antarctica without that many ice, especially here in the south. It's pretty much for the research, I would call it, but to just living there every day, that's a hard one, and especially with that few people. But again, like I said, the landscape is pretty much amazing. Look at this, and look at this quality of the 360. Just looks amazing. I don't know what is that. It looks like a house or like an entrance to a underground facility, but it is there. Probably that's it is, because look at this. There's nothing there. Just this. It looks like stairs. Because there's gonna be some downstairs there. This is how I think it is. Now this is the south part of the island, so we can have some, let's say, ice-free moment in the year. But let's go this one on the actually water. Definitely it's gotta be from a boat or a ship. And you can see Google Street View is gonna pretty much wherever you go is gonna make those 360 through a car. Here in Greenland you need a boat, and again it is nice, but this is a big but. How you actually think you're gonna survive there, especially look at it, such a remote villages with like not sure even if all those houses are pretty much people living in them, but it looks like it's an abandoned most of the time. Let's go here. We're gonna go up north, easy to see how actually we can find there. This one definitely from the boat, judging by the way they make it. It's not the same boat, but close. But yeah, it looks nice. I give them that. I believe they are very expensive to travel here from obvious reasons, but probably it's worth it. But like I say, this for me is more like a research vibe, not to live there or even make a vacation there. It's more like, look at this, just one construction in the middle of the nowhere. You have a boat, you arrive there, and that's it. You leave after a month. Like I said, the landscape is nice, but again, very hard to believe. Let's go here in the further point. Yeah, it is decent. Let's go in a northern point. Let's see what we can find. That's Canada right there, so I'm not gonna touch that, but let's see what we can find as north as possible, if we can find something. I believe it's now 360 here, but at least we can check the landscape. I wish Google have those new satellite images every single year, so just have very updated and also the best quality, but I think they don't have exactly the resources to do that. You can see here is pretty much undistinguishable. You can't find anything there, but who knows, maybe with time you're gonna have truly good images and not just this. And also on the season would be nice to have like every year at the beginning, and then every month would be nice to have images, but we will see. We have here another village. Look at this. Probably this is a northern city northern village we can find. And like I say, I don't know if those are gas storage units or whatever, but I can imagine you can just live here just from fishing, because that's pretty much pointless, I would say, if you don't have some resource that you can actually make real money. What's the point just living in this area? Besides the beauty of the landscape, that's 100% yes. This guy is on the foot. You can see here. I don't know how they Google hire those people to just go in those locations, or if they are locals or whatever, but seems like a nice job. And yeah, the housing market is not that solid, I would say. And also a lot of garbage here. I have no idea how they actually clean up. Where is if they have a garbage truck, or they just start them on fire or whatever. It's sketchy, I would say. But again, like I say, the landscape, it is pretty nice, and the water clean. Yeah, let's see if we can find a northern point than that, and you can actually see on the map. But I don't think so, but you can see probably when it's winter, this whole area is gonna be frozen and you cannot travel there. Who knows, maybe just by the plane or something like that. But especially with global warming right now, you're gonna have probably a better, let's say, transportation with time, if the ice melting, and hopefully, and also in the North Pole here, when pretty much it's not gonna be an ice, you can just have quicker routes to continents. But look at this, look how spread they are. They have to live from something. I don't know exactly why, from what, but definitely look like a Scandinavian country. From there is actually a story, I think, for those red houses. I think maybe it started in Norway or something like that, when they say it was the cheapest paint that everybody could afford, so everybody just paint the houses like that. I might be wrong, but this is how I heard. Everybody paint the houses that color, and this is how we got most of them in red. Obviously, with time they just add some new colors, but back then I think all of them were red. So imagine you can just stay in your bedroom and look on the windows and you can see ice on the water. That's some of the view. Yeah, it's something I would say definitely. You don't have a road to your home, you just have rocks. And also I see some kids, so they have to have a school or something. You can just send them on the other island to go to school. So clearly there is, like I say, it is something to just live. Not that many people, 50,000 people, but still there is something. That's an experience to just live there. Can you imagine? You can say I was born in Greenland and I lived there for 25 years and then I move out. that's gonna be a shock when you just move outside here. Yeah, like I say, could be some gas. I don't know exactly, petrol or gas, or it's gotta be something. They keep those people here to produce. Look at this, how nice those ice blocks looks. But it has to be something. You can't just live with fishing and I don't believe even in tourism. You can just live like that. I don't see the point. I think we check that one. Yeah, it's not much, like I say, with 50,000 people here. It's not much. This is Iceland. So there was I think a meme at some point. This part of the Greenland should change the name with the Iceland because Greenland is pretty much covered in ice, and Iceland is pretty much covered in green and ice also, but much more greener than the Greenland. They should exchange names. But yeah, look at this. You can find all those small villages spread around the island, let's call it. It's an island pretty much. And those snowmobile, I don't think they are that cheap, so they have to make the money somehow. And also not that many cars, especially in those remote areas. You just have a snowmobile and probably boats, so you can actually travel. Yeah, look at this. Those are all boats. Let's go on the beach if they can collect that. And yeah, definitely they have to have some resource here. I don't think it could be water, but I hope it's, I don't know, gas or something. And you have some cars here. Okay, there is one car. I don't know how you can bring a car like that there, but okay, have one right here. Let's check this one. Yeah, like I said, the landscape is nice, but it's gonna be a hard life here. Look, especially this is in March 2019, so pretty much everything frozen. Definitely a cold winter. And they don't have that many wood here, so they have to heat the home somehow. That's what I say. It's gotta be some gas in those containers or something. Just you have to heat your home somehow, because there is no way you can use wood unless they are on the brink on the island from somewhere else. Because I don't find a tree. They have a cemetery here. Look, you can find them. That's a nice view from a cemetery, I would say. But still, yeah, that's something. It could be a height limit here for whatever reason. They have some steam here, but they have chimneys again, so they have to burn wood, I would guess. That's interesting. Yeah, that garbage here doesn't look good at all, but probably this is a stove here. Probably they have a garbage truck at some point, or someone with a trailer just came and picked them up. The house is pretty much everything. Everyone have the same house, just a different color. Not that much to worry. But yeah, I think this is pretty much a big city for them. Oh, they have a runway, so this is a very big city. This is pretty much I don't want to say New York, but there is something here. Can you imagine just working here at the airport? Have one plane probably per week, if you get lucky and you have that view. Probably it's a quiet life. I don't say it's like it's all bad, but still there is, like I said, there is interesting, at least interesting 100% here is. But I don't know if if you're born there, probably it's the paradise, but moving there, obviously with 50,000 people, I don't think that many people. I'm curious, maybe I'm gonna make the video tomorrow to check the how, if there are immigration, if the population goes up or goes down. I have no idea. The only thing I know is around 50,000 people. Probably tomorrow I'm gonna make a video about Greenland, just from curiosity. Let's see where they actually land and how great it is there. But yeah, you can have a rough idea how they live just by watching those videos. There is something here I cannot. Pulsaroid, I don't know what says there, but for me it looks like a gas extraction or something like that. It has to be, like I said, they have to make their money somehow. And some of the houses, like I said, not all of them, but they have chimneys, so they have to burn wood, but I don't find a tree here. I didn't see it, one single tree I didn't see it, so probably they just ship the wood there, I don't know. But it's strange. Let's check one more thing, maybe two, and that's it. We call it a day. This one is from 2017, so a bit older. Not that great quality, but it is definitely a very remote area here. Yeah. Let's check the last one here. Maybe it's a good one on the beach. 2017 again. So yeah, one house, and that's it. Nothing else. I'll be curious if you can have an internet connection here and how much you pay for it. But yeah, if you wanna see in a 3D, it's not much you can see because there's not much great quality. Like I said, I don't think Google has such a huge interest in this area, but you can see it's pretty much a mountain covered in snow. Especially here in the south part, it's somehow much more livable than the north part, but probably in the north, who knows, maybe with time. I think America wants to buy it. Maybe it's gonna be better if they became the 51 state, but the time will tell. Yeah, it doesn't look like much happening here for the people there, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, so that was the video. If you didn't know, the biggest island on the planet, it's actually a country, and they have only around 50,000 people. And yeah, tomorrow probably I'm gonna make the video so we can actually see how those people actually, we see how they live. And tomorrow I'm gonna look at the numbers to see actually how exactly many they are, how they used to be, how it's gonna be in the future, fertility rate, and all that good stuff. Yeah, so until tomorrow, check my other videos, especially the one that I made today, that about safety. That's something that you can actually need to watch, and comment on that, see if you get related with that. But until then, see you next time.